When I was 20, my family relocated 2 states away without informing me. They left a note that read, "You'll sort it out." 9 years later, after I built a life without them, they tried to reconnect. At 20, I returned to an empty apartment, finding only a note on the kitchen counter. It was the harshest thing I'd ever read, simply stating, "You'll sort it out." I couldn't understand what I'd done to deserve it. I assumed they were done pretending to care for me, but in reality, they'd never even tried to fake it. When I was 16, I baked a birthday cake for my mother from scratch, only for her to call it lumpy. At 18, I helped my brother study for his exams, yet he labeled me a know-it-all and slammed his door in my face. At 19, I handed over my entire paycheck to my father to help with expenses, only to be scolded when I mentioned it later, after he called me worthless. I was always useful, never cherished. My parents and brother, my only kin, packed up and moved 2 states away, leaving me behind without a word. The landlord broke the news a week later, informing me I had 7 days to vacate since they'd terminated the lease early. I stayed at a friend's place for 3 nights until I ran out of options. Soon, I was sleeping in a storage unit I rented with my last bit of savings. I snuck into the YMCA to shower, ate peanut butter straight from the jar for every meal, used library computers to apply for jobs, and acted like everything was fine. Eventually, a diner hired me for the night shift. The manager was stern but fair, paying me cash until I could get proper ID. Once, when I nearly fainted from exhaustion, she let me rest in the staff room. I pushed through, bought a cheap phone, kept every receipt, and watched free online videos about budgeting and ambition. That first year was brutal, but I survived. A turning point came when a diner regular offered me a temporary gig organizing office records, paying 3 times my server wages. I jumped at the chance. That job led to others. I learned fast, arrived early, and asked questions. By 25, I was freelancing full-time. By 27, I started a consulting firm, just me, a folding desk, and a borrowed computer. By 28, I had 5 employees, my own office, and clients I'd once only dreamed of. By 29, I was a millionaire. Not a social media mirage or a flashy facade, real wealth, with savings, a retirement plan, no debt, a paid-off condo, and affordable health insurance. When my banking app first showed 7 figures, I wept. Through all those grueling years, my family never reached out, not once. I once saw my brother in a suggested contacts list online. He's married now, still in the state they fled to. I stared at his profile, wondering if he ever told his wife about me, if he claimed I'd run away, or if he stayed silent. Sometimes I wonder if hating them would have been simpler. But it wasn't hate, it was hard. This is just a glimpse of the full story. Dive into the complete video from the link below.